Est-ce que vous m'entendez? Oui? Yes? Ah, okay, you hear me. Okay, c'est bon. Okay, so what's our plan today?
Why prospecting is everything.
Why prospecting is everything. Yeah, we'll talk about that, and there's a lot of things that I'm gonna have to. And if you guys are gonna talk, I'm gonna separate you right away. Okay, good. Never. Okay, so
I'm looking at myself like, what am I doing?
you know, I heard people talk to themselves. Generally, they're in a hospital.
The problem is that they don't agree with what they're saying.
That's exactly
That's the
what
problem.
That's the
I'm
problem.
allowed to
Talk to yourself, but you don't agree.
I love it. Okay.
That's the
Now
problem.
with chocolate section another part.
Okay, good. So let's talk about prospecting, guys. Let's talk about prospecting. Why do people feel uncomfortable prospecting?
They don't know what to say. It's not in their
Correct.
comfort
They don't know what to say.
zone. It's not in the comfort zone.
It's not in their Okay, I like that.
Rejection.
I like that. Hold on. Let's play a little bit with that. Why are they not comfortable? It's not their comfort. Why are they not comfortable?
Afraid from
Rejection, and they don't know what to say. If you know what to say, it's okay.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. How do you know what to say?
You know the script.
Yes, you could learn the scripts, but there's something even more important than just learning the scripts.
listening.
You need to internalize it. You know what that means?
Yes.
You know the difference between learning something and internalizing something? What's the difference?
It's like a poetry. You know it by heart.
It's more than that. Internalizing is a little bit more than that. Oh, that's good.
Sorry about that. You were faster than me today. I'll see you guys in a bit. What?
Okay, so there's a little bit more to it than just learning by heart. There's more to it. There's more to it. Think.
You feel
It's
it. You know
living
when you
it.
sleep, when you.
It's living it. It's internal. When it becomes you. You see, the script is the same for everybody. But the way I talk is not the same way you talk. It's not the same way Guy talks. It's not the same way Gabrielle talks. Each one of us has his own way of talking, right? But when you internalize something, that means you, first of all, you understood it. You understood the answer. And now, last week, I think you guys were here last week when I was pre-qualifying somebody. And someone opened and said, "You're following this script?" I said, "Yeah." Did it show? No. Why? Because it was Fadi talking. It was Fadi asking the question. It wasn't Michael through Fadi. Why? Because I understood the actual question that I have to ask. So when you're learning the script, you have to come to a point where you understand exactly the meaning of the script, the spirit of the script, so you could internalize it and it becomes you. So when somebody asks me, for example, oh, Fatih, I see you're in real estate. How's the real estate market? So I could answer like the script, well, or I could have a conversation. Oh, wow, how did you know I was in real estate? Well, I saw your pin. Oh my gosh, yeah, so you're interested in real estate, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Well, that's interesting. So, who do you know that needs to buy or sell? Now that's a conversation. That's a conversation. So you could say, oh, by the way, you want to know about the market? Geez, it's so hot right now. We are missing some buyers and sellers. So who do you know that needs to buy or sell real estate? That's a script. Well, you know what? It's so internalized that it's me talking. It's not a script talking. So you need to internalize this. It has to be part of you. The more you say it, the more you read it, the more you look at yourself in a mirror. Singers. So Guy's a singer. Let me ask you, Guy, je vais te poser une question. When you were singing, la chanson, elle a été écrite par quelqu'un, n'est-ce pas? Mais quand tu la chantes, c'était quelqu'un-là ou c'était toi qui chantais?
L'émotion n'est pas pareille.
C'est pas pareil.
Interprétation.
Parce que Guy could sing it in a way, and the same song, and you guys see it now, with Spotify, we could take the same song and hear it from different covers, and you hear a completely different song. The words are the same, but the rhythm is not the same. So you got to internalize it. It has to be you. The way you talk has to be part of it. Don't sound like Fadi. Don't sound like Alina. Don't sound like Adrian. Sound like yourself. To sound like yourself, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself and see, does it look like me or does it look like Fadi? If I look like Fadi, you're in the wrong place. You should not look like Fadi. You shouldn't answer like Fadi. You should answer like Flavius. You guys follow me?
Yes.
That's called internalizing a script. That's when you say it so many times that it becomes you. Okay? Cool? Clear? Okay. So that's one of the main reasons why people are scared of the phone. That's the main reason, because they don't want to sound like what? A robot. And how do you not sound like a robot?
Say it frequently.
If you say it a million times, eventually it's just going to be your words coming out. It's going to be so natural. It's just going to come out. Okay? That's how you internalize a script. That's how I know all the scripts by heart. Because I've said it so many times, and now it's my vocabulary. It's not Mike Ferry's script. It's just my vocabulary reading what the man put in place. So I'm the singer, not the writer. You follow me?
Yes.
Okay. So it's the same principle here. You have to understand. And the best way to do it is, see, a lot of times what you guys forget to do is role play. I see you guys get on the phone right away. It's cool. But if you learn how to role play, if you actually learn, because look, I'll give you my schedule. I used to role play 5 mornings a week, the scripts for prospecting. I used to role play twice a week, pre-qual, practice with different people. And 3 times a week was the listing presentation. So 10 practices a week, no matter what. And I would use different people all the time. So I would use different personalities. I would use expressives. I would use analyticals. I would use drivers. I would use amiables. Why? Because they answer me differently. They answer my reaction differently. I ask a question and I make them receive 2 different answers, right? So how do I get used to all the personalities? Young, old, man, woman, business person, nurse. I'll get all the feedbacks. So that way it becomes part of me. So you gotta schedule your role plays. Mine were scheduled at exact time, exact people. And when I would call the person, let's say my prospecting partner was Luda, I would call Luda. I wouldn't start, hi Luda, how are you? How's it? No. Hi Luda, this is Fadi Kaouk. I'm a real estate agent. And boom, I already started the role play. That, because I wouldn't waste my time. Because how are you? Well, maybe she had a bad morning. And do I really want to hear about it?
Nope.
No. Wow. I'm going to say yes, but in reality, do I really care?
No.
We're here to do business. Does she care? Maybe she does. What is my job? My job is to tell her, hey, snap out, get back to work. Okay, you had an accident, or there was an accident on the road, or you were late. Who cares? Move on. So my job is to help her, and her job is to help me. Right? And that's why you think of it as a business call. That's why it's. And by the way, when you call your past clients, very important to tell them it's a business call. Your friends. See, let me ask you guys a question. So if you call your best friend out of the blue, what is he thinking that you're calling him about?
Something personal.
Personal. Hey, do you want to hang out? Do you want to go out tomorrow? Do you want to go for a beer? You want to watch a football game? Right? You're going to have a conversation. But if you say to your best friend, hi, Eli, this is a business call. Do you have a minute for me? Eli's brain already switched from Fadi to Fadi the real estate agent. He's not expecting you to ask him out for a drink. Now, at the end of the conversation, you could always say, hey, dude, you want to grab a beer tonight? It's a different conversation. Okay? But in the beginning, and he's not, and there's another thing. A lot of times when it's your friends or family or somebody close and they see your call, they may think it's personal and they may be busy. But when you say, hey, by the way, it's a business call, do you have a minute or 2 minutes for me? They know they can expect to have a conversation for 2 minutes with you, not 5 or 10 or laughing about what happened last night. Okay? It's a business call. So it's important to have that kind of conversations with them. Okay? So, practice and role play. I told you that many times. Now, one of the elements that you need to really, really, really deeply understand is there's not many objections. So let me ask you a question. Han, how many objections can we get from a seller? Price? Commission, maybe? What else? Flavius, what else?
They don't like you.
Not the market. Not
Maybe
the
about the
tax.
market. They may not like you, but the objection, what is the objection they'll give you? They'll give you objections like, we're not ready. If they don't like you, they won't say we don't like you.
They want to see another.
I want to see another agent. I want to sleep it over.
I have
These
to
are the objections
Talk
that
to my
you're.
wife. We have to
So you
think
really,
about it.
in reality, you have 3 objections. Sellers only have 3 objections. Price, commission, you.
They don't like you.
Yeah, but they may not know that they don't like you. They may not just know. So your job is to learn the objection handling of all 3 things. That's it, guys. Okay, think about it that way. Think about it. If I was to tell you, learn the following 40 words or 40 objections. Learn them, and you'll make, and for the rest of your life, you'll make $1 million a year. Would you learn them?
Yes.
Okay, I'm saying it to you. Learn the objection handlers of all these 3 elements, all the ways that you can answer them, and you would make that kind of money. Why? Because that's the secret. That's what holds back a seller from signing that contract. You and I know the minute you sign a contract at the right price, what are the odds that this house will sell?
100%.
Let's give it 90. I'm okay with 90. Let's say you screwed up 10% of the time. If you take 9 contracts, 500,000, your side of the commission, let's say 12, 13, 14,000. Dude, you just made 120,000 with these 9 contracts. If you could take 90 because you know exactly what to say and how to say it and how to answer the question, that's your million right there. Okay? And it's not that complicated. Guys, honestly, it's not that complicated. You need to understand that every seller that needs to sell will choose someone. It's either Han or Flavius or Guy. It's going to be someone. They're going to choose someone. They choose someone based on the answers that they get to their objections. And remember this, an objection is not an objection. It's a question in the mind of that person. The buyer and the seller, if they have a question in their mind, we call it an objection. But typically, who they will sign with is the person that's able to answer what that question is. And when we teach you these scripts and when we teach you the objection handlers are not answers. They are more questions to the seller. Seller asks me a question. I'm not answering his question. I'm asking him more questions for him to answer his own question. You follow me? Look at this. You got to understand this. This is the philosophy. This is the strategy of selling. Selling is simply asking questions. So when the person, let's say Gabriel has a question in his mind and he wants it and he says, Fadi, I want to think about it. I can tell him, well, think about what? Am I really helping him?
No.
No. But what if I give him options? Am I more helping him in this case? Say, Gabriel, you know what? It's a big decision. I agree with you, right? My gosh, it's $1 million home. You don't want to screw up choosing the, wrong agent. You want to choose the right agent, right? Or the wrong agent, or the right agent, right?
Mhm.
So can I share with you what are the 3 things that every single seller wants to think about? Can I share them with you?
Sure.
So is he giving me the authority?
Yes.
Now I can ask the question. The first thing they worry about is the price. Now, let me ask you, are you comfortable with the price I'm suggesting at $1 million? He could say yes, no, maybe. If he says yes, you say, okay, so the $1 million is not an issue, right? No. I've done that portion of the objection is just out the door. He may say, yes. Okay, so I see that we have a problem with the price. I'm suggesting, right? Yeah, Fadi. You know what? $1 million, I'm not ready to sell for that. I want $1 million too. Okay? Okay, so let me ask you this. If we come to an agreement on price now that's another question, right? If we come on to an agreement on price immediately tonight, can we put it up for sale tonight?
Sure.
So what is his want to think about it?
Price.
It was price. Could be commission. The second one is commission. And you'll learn that with the objection handlers. And the third one is the person, me. Okay? Good? So this is why it's very important that you guys understand that these are common objections. You won't have any stupid objection. You know who comes up with the shittiest objections? You. You come up with all kinds of objections. Once I had this, I will never forget. I had a meeting, I had a training, and I had this agent who has been in business for about 15 years. She's retired. She asked me a question. 15 years in business. She asked me a question. I looked at her and I said, when did you hear that? When did you ever hear that objection? Never. I said, so why you're asking me a question that you never heard from anyone?
Maybe they will ask.
Maybe they will. That's stupid because the maybe it does not exist. 99% of the objections are these three: price, commission, you. That's it. They don't think of stupidities that make no sense. We do. They don't. Trust me, they don't. So when you learn these objections, when you learn how to answer these objections, you're 3/4 in having a signature on any contract. On any contract. Any person, any seller. Okay? What holds you back is, would you drop your commission? Yeah, the other guy does. Learn how to answer that objection. Mr. Seller, I could definitely do that. Do you want to sell your house? Yeah. You want me to share with you why it's not a good strategy for you to choose an agent that discounts? You want me to share that with you?
Sure.
And then you go ahead and answer his questions. Right? I didn't tell him that it's stupid to sell it because nobody's going to bring their buyer at 3% because he's giving 1.5%. If I tell him this, he won't listen. What if I ask him? So let me ask you, Mr. Seller. What business are you?
What business?
Yeah, what do you do for a living?
I work in a bank.
In a bank, okay, great. So let me ask you a question. You happy with the bank job?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seems good.
you're getting a good salary.
Yeah, for
What if I offer you twice the salary? Would you change banks?
sure. Yes.
Absolutely, right?
Absolutely.
Well, let me ask you a question. When the agent's coming to see your house, see that you're giving 1.5% commission, and your neighbor there is giving 3% commission, he's getting twice the salary for the same job. Which house do you think he's going to show first, yours or his? Which one would you show first? If you had the option of getting 15,000 or 7,000,
Yeah.
honestly, we're not supposed to do that, but honestly, which one would you show first?
15,000.
This is why I'm suggesting a 6% commission. Now, let me tell you something. The last human being on earth that will accept to pay me will be you. So if you don't accept the price that I bring you, you don't have to accept the offer and I will not be paid. Is that a good deal?
Yeah.
Great. Let's sign the contract. Would you say no to that crap?
No, it's not crap.
Isn't that the objection?
That's all.
Learn it, damn it, learn it. Learn it. See how easy that was?
I had the most amazing response to that thing that I told the seller about the agents bringing us more clients because we offer more. So the seller said, well, I don't want to deal with those dishonest agents. And I was like,
Okay, but you said, look at the difference. Look at the difference. You told him, what did you do?
I said, where do you think he would bring the buyer, here or to the neighbor?
And he said, bring him to the neighbor?
he said, I don't want agents like this that think of, that look at.
You know what? That's a great,
conditions,
that's a,
Idealistic person.
oh my God, Mr. Seller, I admire you. And you know the good news? You won't have to deal with them. I will. You will never have to, Mr. Seller. You know the great
I
news?
was like this,
Oh, you see the answer?
you know?
What did I do? You said something to me. Did I say you're stupid? What did I say? My gosh, I admire you. That's an amazing thought. And you know the good news? Do you know what the good news is? You will never have to deal with these people. I will. And if they're dishonest, I'll never let them inside your house.
Oh, wow, bravo. Always shocked.
You, guys, the more you're gonna meet the more sellers you're gonna meet, the more you're gonna be able to have these responses. You learn them, guys. You learn them. These are responses that you learn. See, if I role play with you and I hear that one and I don't know the answer, I'll sit down and say, okay, what if he tells me this? What do I say? You think I've never heard that? I've heard it. Why was my answer so fast? Because it's not the first time I hear that, but it was the first time for you. And maybe none of you have ever heard it. She did. Well, I did too. So I know what to answer. So you guys need to understand that the name of the game is knowing how to answer the objections. Okay? Okay? Cool? Okay, so if you're going to have the book, you're going to learn through the book, but if you have different ways of answering it, fine. Practice them with your friends, with your colleagues. Do that. Okay? It's going to help you. Okay? Okay, so one of the things that I told you is I used to choose different role play partners all the time. Ask them to be tough on you. Now, again, who comes up with the craziest objections? Us. So if I'm role playing with Adrian and Adrian is easy on me, I'm not going to learn. But if Adrian comes up with a stupid answer, like I'm not going to deal with it, okay, great. I sit down and say, holy crap, that was a good one. How can I answer that? How can I keep him right? Because remember this.
Either poor or right. Yeah.
Good. You're either rich
Rich.
or right. If you want to be right, you're going to be poor. Someone has to be right, and it shouldn't be you. Who has to be right?
The client.
The client.
Always.
If the client thinks it's stupid and he doesn't want these people in, he has to be. If you tell him, oh my God, you're such an idiot. Man, you don't understand. You don't understand, but you're going to get more money. Dude, you don't understand. You may think that, but you cannot. You have to practice on making him feel right. Again, remember this. Every person on the face of the earth, including your dog, including your cat, has 4 letters written right here. MMFI. Make me feel important. Every person or animal. Why does the dog come to you? So you can do what? What is that? You're making him feel important. How about the cat? Wow.
Worse.
Okay? Make me feel important. So it's important that you make them feel important. Okay? It's important that you don't make them feel wrong or stupid. Because it could have been very easy to make that person feel dumb.
Yes,
You can say,
they are.
really? Like you don't want to have more money? Now you made him feel like an idiot. He doesn't like you. You're out of the house. I guarantee you're not listening.
But it's extremely complicated and tricky because sometimes they are wrong and unlogical.
Was she wrong?
90% wrong.
And technically, was she wrong?
No.
Well, for her, she was right.
How to deliver it?
I just
You
did.
tell them it's wrong.
No, you cannot say you're wrong. You can't. Okay, give me something. Give me something stupid. Give me
No, I
something
will
stupid.
not give you
I
stupid.
can.
I will give you something because I'm facing this conversation.
Let's have it.
conversation later
Let's have it.
today.
We're here to learn. Let's have it.
Okay, let's say given, I made a very good market analysis and I told the price in May good, really decent market
In May,
analysis.
perfect, market,
The
yeah,
person said no, no, I believe it's more than that.
okay.
That was mistake, I accepted it because it's one more time, I now know.
So you
never
made a
take
big
over-
mistake to
never-
start
never-
with.
Never take over price.
Okay,
It's waste
so-
of time, waste
So
of-
no
I saw
problem,
somewhere
we're
or
there,
whatever,
we're still there.
I
Let's
don't know
try to
why,
change it, let's try to change
So
it.
4 months.
What's the price?
70
Give me a
visits,
price.
70 visits.
Give me the
which
price.
is,
Give me the price.
wh-
What's the
400,
price that you listed at?
400.
400?
No, I wanted 400.
What is it worth? It's worth 400?
I believe it's worth a bit less now because.
And
of
how
the
much are you
rates.
listed at?
We listed for 430.
Okay, so you're at 430, it's worth a bit under 400.
Yeah.
It's worth, let's say, 390.
Like
380,
70 visits just to.
No,
put him-
no offers.
No offers, 70. It's like few visits.
So let's
per
have
day.
that role play with him. Be him.
No, but listen,
Mm.
because so like 70 people told him, "You're wrong. Your price is wrong. It's
Okay,
too
okay.
expensive."
Forget it.
Miracle happened. Miracle happened. We got an offer. Beautiful offer. The price exactly what it was. Like they giving us 390. Let's say like it's that worth it. Plus like there is no longer the parking space because they found
Mhm.
out they not sell the rights. So whatever. But guess what? They want like closer to their price. So like today I have to explain him. It's
You
a
have an offer at
mistake.
390?
It's a mistake to lose this offer. He will never get it again. And 70.
You want to
people
play this
before
with me?
moved it.
Be him. Let's do it. Let me present to you 390 and you're at 410.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he know he has an offer?
Of course it's-
You told him? Did you tell him the price?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so you already.
No inspection. It's
Okay.
beautiful. It's a miracle. It's not supposed
And
to
when
be
did you send that to him?
this morning.
You sent it already? You sent the offer or you just called him and told him?
I called him, told him it was for the offer and sent him.
Okay, okay, amazing. And when are you supposed to meet with him? Perfect, by the
We're
way.
not meeting with him, we're just discussing one more time, so.
What time are you
I
going to
would
discuss this?
Right after this, I'm gonna be driving and I'm
Okay,
gonna go.
Okay, let's do it, Luda. Let's play. Do you want to do it with me? I'm going to be the seller and then I'll invert and you'll become the seller. You want to do it both ways? See how you do it and how I do it? Maybe you'll learn and everybody will learn.
Whatever started.
Okay, so you're the agent, I'm the seller. Go ahead, call
Hi, Fadi, I hope you're doing well. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I hope you're still super excited. We finally got an offer, which is a miracle. So let's proceed. Let's accept.
Smile, smile.
But unfortunately, they made a mistake in their offer. We can't accept it the way it is. We have to come discounter, which already put us in risk. But all other things, other than correcting amount of parking space, we have to keep remain. It's great price and like.
me. I'm never going to accept that price. Forget it. I'm asking 430, really, Luda? I'm not going to lose 40,000.
You see, the market analysis which we done for you a few months ago, it's confirmed that price, and now they're giving more than I predict for you. And plus, they're doing no inspection, so there will be no negotiation after it. It's great offer. It's miracle we got, and it will be so wrong. If
Yeah,
we will
I'd
miss
rather keep the house at that price.
it. Okay, bitch, keep the house, cancel the contract. Bye.
Okay. I'm going to do it.
My colleague
And I
Dan
want
will
you
take
guys
care
to
of
take
you.
notes. I want everybody, guys, this is a learning time,
Here's
okay?
my number, 514.
Guys, we are here to learn, okay? There's no good answer, there's no bad answer. We are here all to learn. Recording. Okay? All of you recording. Okay? You're already doing it? Okay. So, did you guys take notes roughly of how Luda's conversation was with Fadi the seller? Now Luda is the seller, Fadi is the agent. Okay? Good. Hi Luda, how are you?
I am fine. Thank you. Yourself?
Great, I'm doing awesome. I'm so excited to present that offer to you. I sent you all the information. Did you go through it?
Oh yeah, I went through it. It's a shit offer. Like they're not giving our price, and we believe it was the price we're waiting for.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Luda. How long have we been on the market?
4 months.
Well, exactly. We've been on the market for 132 days. So let me ask you another question. How many visits did we get?
According to you, like around 70, 75.
Correct. We
Yeah,
actually
we
had
might-
78.
We did a lot of visits. I'm so tired. It's all
I-
fault.
I know. Actually, we had not 70, but we had 78 visits. Did you know that?
Fault because we should
Yeah.
work.
I know.
They're bothering me every day.
I know. My gosh. When do you want to stop? When do you want me to stop them from bothering you?
Well, can we go back to the offer? I have not done to those abstract conversations. I'm a very busy person.
Well, do you want to keep it on the market, or do you want to remove it from the market?
Although we keep it for now, of course.
Okay. So let me ask you: 78 people came and saw your properties. How many of them made you an offer?
0. That's the first one.
That's the first offer.
Appraisal.
So everybody else, the other 77, gave you 0 for your house, correct?
Correct.
And that guy gave you $390,000. That's a lot of money, correct?
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
Well,
Okay.
also
How
the-
much is enough for you, Luda?
Well, 410.
410 would be your final price?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you still have your plans to sell this house and move to, where was she moving? Where they
Oh,
moving?
what
did they do? They left the country?
They live in the country. They live in
Countryside.
They live in the countryside?
No, you-
Okay.
They're living in the
So-
country.
Okay, I understand. So Mrs. Luda, let me ask you, how long do you want to keep the house for? How many years do you want to keep this house for?
Oh, well, we have a super great fixed rate and our term expires in 2 years. So 2 years we do.
Okay, and are you living right now in the house? Now, I know she's not, but I'm still asking. Are you
Yeah, we're living now, but we have to be done in 2 months.
in 2 months? Okay, and you want to keep paying a mortgage on an empty house?
Yeah, we just rent it.
And how about taxes?
Whatever, we're gonna rent it for $100,000 per month, and
Uh-huh.
we're gonna cover all our expenses.
Okay, and do you know what could happen to your house if it's rented?
Yeah, you told us, but it's all bullshit. You're lying because you just want to make a commission.
Oh, really? Okay. I just offered you to cancel the contract earlier because I don't really care about my commission. I care about one thing. Can I tell you what it is? Make you happy. My job is to make you happy. If you're not happy at 390, I'm going to cancel the contract. But let me ask you a question. Would you really, really, really want to take a risk, not sell the house, keep it for another 2 years, put a tenant in? That tenant can destroy your house for $20,000. Is it really worth it? Think about it. How much is that for 24 months? That's $800 per month. Are you willing to take all that risk and not even for sure sell it in 2 years?
And renew it.
Oh,
Higher
well, you
rate.
told me these things many times, so.
Okay.
I'm not
So
sure
let's
if
do the
it's
right
true.
thing, Mrs.
I
Luda.
don't
This,
think it's true.
you don't think it's
I
true?
don't believe it.
Okay. And 77 other people, you don't believe me and 77 other people, is that correct?
Oh, whatever, I'm very unlogical, so I don't care.
Okay. Mrs. Luda, we have 2 options today. Well, actually, we have a third option. We have the option of accepting, which I strongly, strongly suggest you do. We have the option of countering the offer at 410. They may refuse and walk away, and then we'll have to go through visits again. Or I can cancel the contract. It's up to you. Which one of the 3 do you prefer?
Yeah, counter for them.
So stop it right here. So see, you got to give them options. If you don't give them options, have you noticed that I didn't tell her anything? No matter how many times she
Questions?
bitched about me and said I was an asshole and this and that, did I tell her
No.
anything?
No.
Did I just, what did I do with her objection?
It was something that you done
Get that, yeah.
I brushed it off. It's like, you guys know how to answer an objection? Let me teach you guys something. Anybody here boxes other than me? Box? What's the first thing you got to do in boxing?
Jab.
No, first
Jab,
thing is
Yeah.
first thing is not get hit.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you got to learn.
Not get a hit and hit, or hit and not get hit.
Well, at least not get hit. Try not to get hit. So your first option is, is jabbing, just move. What did I do with her? Many times she shot me a jab. What did I do? Did I even answer her?
No.
What did I do? I just let it pass. Let it pass. I'm an idiot. Yeah, let it pass. I won my commission. Yeah, let it pass. I didn't care. Why? Because I was going through my questions and I'm going to ask every single question that's going in my mind and I want her to answer. Now, honestly, at the end, did she think she was smart or stupid? But did I tell her she was stupid?
No.
No.
She came to her own conclusion.
Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, by the way, your client's not going to be that tough. You tried everything that you had. I guarantee your client will not say you're stupid. Okay? Or will not say you're trying just to get your commission. Somewhere deep inside, he needs to sell. He's not stupid. He's smart. We just need to give him that little nudge. Now, they may accept, they may not accept. Worst case is what, Luda? You went from 430 to 390 to 410. You went 20,000 below. Maybe that guy will go up another.
We're ready for them.
I'm sorry?
Just the process. We're ready for them.
Okay, you're at 410. Maybe he'll come up at 400. Maybe he'll say 405.
And the market is not helping him.
But
Let him digest it.
It's already super miracle. Someone give
I agree with you.
Worth it.
I agree with you, but you can't tell him that. It's his house.
It's suicidal to make counters.
It's not a family's house.
No, you never say, look, you do a counter and you talk, you're smart. Who's the other agent? You know them? Okay, do I know them? Okay, so you just say to them, listen, I have a tough seller. Let's say Luda is my agent. Let's say Luda is the person I'm dealing with. Okay, she's the other agent. Hey, Luda, you have a minute for me?
Sure, always coming.
Listen, Luda, thank you for the offer. I think it's an amazing offer. I really, really thank you for it. I have a very tough seller. Very, very tough seller. But your job and mine is to do what, Luda? Do you know what it is? We need to close. Your buyer needs to buy and my seller needs to sell. And you know how they are. They could be stubborn at a certain point. But our job is to work together to get that deal done, correct? Okay, awesome. I'm going to make you a counter. Show it to your seller, to your buyers. Let's see if they could accept. If they don't accept, Luda, if they don't accept, call me.
I will 100% show what Fadi, don't you find it's extremely illogical? Because you removed one party, but you increased the price.
Yeah.
Was logic should be less, it
I-
should be more.
That's what I said to you. I have a very, very tough seller. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why did your buyers choose this property?
Motives.
Let her talk.
I don't know.
You don't know. Maybe that's a good question to ask them. I'm sure you showed them how many other properties did you show them? 5, 6? Okay, and they chose that one?
No inspection.
There's a specific reason why they've asked that one. Specifically that one. Do you know what it is?
No.
I don't know. You don't know. Why don't you ask them? They have some motivation to. Yeah. No, but you asked the agent.
But don't you think it's a bit risky to say the agent know that the client is complicated? You know, they go.
No, be honest.
Tell
No,
them the truth.
tell them the truth.
Defend
She and me understand that we need to close. If we have tough people, our job is to bring them closer. That's our job. Guys, you always have to remember, your job is to stand between a seller and a buyer. The minute these people talk, you get paid. Your job is to make them talk. So don't block. Your job is to be nice with the agent, with the seller, with everybody. Okay? Good? I hope that helps you. Let me know how it goes, okay? Good. Okay. Okay, any other questions on this? Okay, we'll move on. So, sorry, I have questions online. Let me see what they are. So I have Amir. If he says, I want to cancel, other brokers brought me more offers last time. Okay, I think I understand your question, Amir. Amir's question is, what if he says, I want to cancel with you because the other broker brought me more buyers before when it was listed, right? Amir? No, I know, but that's his question. Amir, is that your question? Yes. Okay. So let's say you took an expired listing, and the other agent before you got more offers.
Market's different.
That's how it is, but you don't say it.
Oh, yeah.
You never say that. I understand, guys.
Yes.
You don't say that you're smart. You make them feel smart. So it's not you. Okay. Mr. Samir, this is what you would answer. You would answer something like, Mr. Seller, I know. And I'm sure you had an amazing agent. Let me ask you something. Mr. Seller, how much was it listed for? Let him talk. 430. Great. How many offers did you get? 5. Amazing. What was the best price you had? 410. Great. Why did you not accept it? Well, I wanted 430. Okay. So let me ask you another question. You told me earlier that you had a great rate on your mortgage. Is that correct? Yeah. Don't you think that the buyers that were going to buy your property were going to have a great rate
As well.
as well? Yeah. What are the rates now? Are the rates higher or lower? They're higher. Do you think people are willing to pay higher rate and higher prices? If he says, yeah, I'll keep going. Okay. Would you pay more for a property than what it was selling for when the rates were low? If you had two properties, one at 1% interest and the other at 5%, which one would you take at the same price? See, I'm not making him feel wrong. I'm asking him more what?
Question.
Directional questions. I'm giving him A and B, A and B, until I get him to where I want him to be, right? So that's the questions you got to ask him here. This is the strategy that you have to follow. Okay? Does it help you? Okay. Judy, more questions. Let's see. It would have been sold for more. Why hire you? Well, why didn't you sell it at that time? When you got the offer at 410, why did you not sell it? Let him say it. Wasn't enough money. Okay. So, Mr. Seller, how long are you willing to wait until you get 410? Are you willing to wait another 24 months? Why do you say 24 months? Well, interest rates are rising. Have you seen them diminish? No. Have you listened to the news lately about inflation? Is it going up or down? Well, it's going up. How about interest rate? Going up. Well, do you see anything in sight that is going to bring it down? Are we in a recession? No? Okay. See, it's always questions. The minute he answers, he understands. The minute you tell him, he doesn't understand. Yes.
What if he says he wants
Judy, does it answer your question? Judy? Okay. Go
What
ahead.
if he says he wants to wait until he gets the price that he wants?
Perfect. Now we'll talk about that. So tell me
Like,
that.
I'm not gonna move until I get the price.
Okay, that's fair enough. So now I have to look at his motivation. So, Mr. Seller, initially when I took the contract, you told me that you wanted to sell your house in Ville Saint Laurent and move to Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu. Is that still the case? Okay, why did you want to move to that area, by the way?
Downsize.
Oh, you wanted to downsize? Because you wanted a smaller house, right?
Yep.
That's too big for you?
The one I have now?
Yeah?
Yep.
So let me ask you, is that when you're going to downsize, are you going to pay the same amount of money or are you going to pay less?
Less.
Okay, how much less? Have you been looking?
Not really.
Not really. Well, I mean, your house is worth 600,
Sure.
and in Saint Jean, the same house is selling for about 450,
Yeah.
and you want to downsize, so we're talking maybe 400.
Sure.
So you'll be saving about 200,000.
Yeah, around.
So how much is your mortgage? Nothing. It's paid.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Or there's 100. So you want to buy cash,
Yeah.
and the remaining you want to invest. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you. If it takes 2 more years to sell this house at the price you want, how much is the difference between 390 and 410? 20,000? Okay. So how much is that per month? You have a calculator, sir? I'm horrible in math. Can you please calculate for me? I'm gonna make him calculate. So you're gonna do it, 20,000 divided by 24. Okay. I'll show you how I make them under
833.
830. And do you think that in 2 years, if this one goes up in 2 years, do you think the one in Saint Jean will also go up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say 10,000.
Yeah.
So the difference really is $10,000. Okay, so why don't we take 10,000 and divide it by 24?
416.
Okay. How much is your mortgage rate?
Fully paid.
Okay, it's fully paid. How much are your taxes? 5,000 a year?
Sure.
How much is your insurance? How much? And I'm gonna make them right. These are the expenses. Then I'll put on the other side what would be the expenses: less taxes, less insurance, smaller house, no mortgage, or if he has a mortgage, the extra $200,000 invested at 10%. How much is that? Or safe investment, put it at the bank at 5%. I'll make him realize that it's stupid to wait 2 years. But these are things you're going to learn with time. You're going to need to learn how to play these numbers with them. Okay? Because if we do that, we're not going to finish the class. Okay? Good. Do you understand the principle?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So We're talking about how to prospect. So the three rules. Do you guys know the 3-3-3 rules? Anybody here doesn't know them? I'll tell them quickly. After 3 rings, hang up. Why do we hang up after 3 rings? Because on the 4th, they're going to be pissed off. Maybe they're doing something. Maybe they were in front of the computer. Maybe they were answering emails. Maybe they were changing the light bulb. The ring. The ring. Janet, where's my phone? The 4th ring, they're gonna jump at you. 3 rings, hang up. Okay? The other 3, you call them 3 times. No answer 3 times. Throw them away. Waste of time. But try them at different times. Don't be stupid. Like if you try them in the morning, don't try 3 mornings in a row. It doesn't work. Try it in the afternoon. Try the evening. Okay? And if 3 times you're trying to book an appointment and they say no, throw them away. Unless they're FISBO or expired. FISBO and expired, don't stop until either they list or they sell.
Or change the number.
Or change the number. Okay? So, yeah. Or complain on me. No, generally, you're having already a conversation. By the way, when you're calling a 3rd time trying to book the appointment, it's because there's a good connection between the seller and you. And it's just a matter of, look, I'm not ready today. Can we maybe book tomorrow? Okay? Always try to book for on the same call. But when you can't, follow up. Okay? So, first call of the day. The first call of the day, I used to always call my past clients or sphere of influence first. You could be, there are people that are more sadistic. They prefer to call FISBOs first. That's cool. It's cool with me. That's you. I know. That's what I'm saying. Some people are sadistic. I didn't point.
No, it's
But
sadistic malicious because he's suffering himself.
He loves it. This guy just loves it. It's like, yeah, the drill. Yeah, talking about FISBO. You know? Yeah, some people like it that way. I prefer to call my past clients, my sphere. Actually, let me rephrase. My first prospecting call is my past clients, but my first calls after the role play were the follow-ups. I would always put my follow-ups first. Why?
Well, you've already established
But when you
connection with them.
And-
You know that if you call them,
I may have an appointment.
When you say follow-up, you mean follow-ups on FISBOs too?
Yeah. So let's say I've called you. I tried to book an appointment on Friday. It didn't work out. I call you back on Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know why do I do that? Is because I already kind of got the connection with you, right? I'm trying to follow. I tried.
Yeah.
Friday, you were not ready. Tuesday, I call you. Maybe I'll book you that appointment. So if I call you on Monday or on Tuesday, I already got a win. That's why I always do my follow-ups first. 3-4 calls in the morning. These were my first calls. Then I would go to my past clients and sphere of influence. Okay, makes sense?
Yes.
It boosts you up. You start with an appointment or 2 appointments, and it's it drills up the day pretty well. Okay. Okay, so you guys know that, but I'll say it again. So your sphere of influence, guys, this is your gold mine. Your sphere, like I hear sometimes people giving me. Okay, I'm gonna repeat my question and be diplomatic about it, because I was going to swear, and I can't swear. I'm on camera. So, some agents. I'm not going to say the word stupid. So I'll say not very smart.
Previously misled.
Previously misled. Thank you. It's more diplomatic. Thank you. Tell me crap like. Oh, did I say crap again?
Yeah.
Tell me things like. Why do I need to build my database? Or what if this guy doesn't like it? What if this girl doesn't remember? Guys, remember this. Your database should be at least 60%, 50 to 60% of your business. So, because of the 10% rule, if you want to make 10 transactions, you need 100 people. If you want to make 20 transactions, you need 200 people in your database. Build up that database. So if I have a conversation with Flavius that says to me, oh, I see that you're in real estate. I see your pin. Where's my pin, by the way? I don't have it. Okay. I see that you're in real estate. And I have a conversation about real estate and I don't really know him. The last thing I'm going to do with Flavius is the following. I say, Flavius, by the way, where do you live? Well, I live in, where do you live? Pierrefonds, okay, great. Well, when are you planning on moving, right? That's my script. When are you planning on moving? Oh, never. Oh my God, I love that place. Oh, you know what? I don't blame you. Pierrefonds is such a beautiful neighborhood. Hey, listen, I noticed that you like real estate. And I have something, I have an amazing program. I always, always, always call my best clients once every 3 months to give them an update on the market. Would you like me to call you? Yeah, I don't even know the guy, but I'm learning. Right? Okay, can I take, so your name, you said it's Flavius? And your phone number, Flavius? Oh, my God. How about you know what? How about your address at home? Because that sometimes I send some really cool stuff too. You don't have to. What's your address? I have him in my database. You know what I'm gonna do? I won't call him in 3 months. That first time, I'm gonna call him in a week. Say, by the way, you know what? Exactly, because if you don't have that conversation on the phone, he won't remember. In 3 months, he's gonna forget. In 3 weeks, he's gonna forget. In a week, he's gonna forget. But if you have that conversation right away, send him a text message. Hey, Flavius, it was really awesome to meet you. By the way, this is my contact details. And then give him a call a week after. Say, hey, by the way, that's my call. You know, I told you I call 4 times a year. Today's your, I'll call you in 3 months, but today I'm giving you the upgrade. Boom, 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 boom. Now he's in your database. Now he's in your database. That's how you build up your database. You build up your database by calling people that you know. Do you call your accountants? Ask them for referrals. Do you call your lawyer? Do you ask them for referrals? How about your notary? Did you allow them? There are people that you refer to the bank. Do you ask them for referrals? If you don't, you're missing out on a lot of money. Okay? Very important. Last thing. Yeah, thank you. Mike, read this. Please. This is your job. This is your job. Guys, if you don't understand that that is your job, you're not in business. You're not in the right business. Change. Go become something else. If you don't understand that your only job is to talk to people, you are in the wrong business and you are spending your money for no reason. You should come and see me and I should cancel your contract and you should leave the business. Because this is the business. The minute you understand that is the business, nothing else is the business. The business is prospecting. That is your job. If you do not talk to people, people will not talk to you. You're a secret agent. It works when you're working for the KGB, but it doesn't work in real estate. Okay? You have any questions for me before I bring Sabina? She has some news for you guys. Any questions? Any questions?
You have something from Bianca on the screen? The question?
Oh,
Yeah, she
I have
might,
something. Sorry, I didn't see it.
Shouldn't we start?
Fadi,
the
shouldn't we
response?
call the expired list first? Oh, you could. I mean, Bianca, if you feel more comfortable with the expired list, yeah. I know for a fact that expireds get much more calls than regular. But I used to start very early also. Okay, so I used to start at 7:30 with my Okay, that was my role play until 8. I started my first calls. So from 8 to 8:30 was about my follow-ups, and then I would do about an hour of past clients. I was pretty comfortable with expired, so sometimes I would mix it up. On the days when there's not a lot of expireds, I would call the expireds first. On the days on the first of the month, for example, when we have a lot of expireds, I started with the expireds very early. Okay, so good question. Any other question? No other questions? Okay, Sabina?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I know everyone. For those who don't know me, faces. This is fantastic. Welcome. Just a very quick one today. We have an event this Friday here in the call center. I think most of you have already RSVP'd. It's going to be a fantastic event. You have waited long for us to finally reveal the call center and celebrate you, celebrate the call center together. So
Drink,
Friday,
eat,
please.
party.
Exactly.
our favorite stuff.
I have a
Ah.
question.
Yeah, of course.
Now, Friday, can we start using the call center?
No.
No, any other questions?
And I was gonna start with that,
Okay,
so.
I'll teach you the answer to the commission. No, any other questions?
Perfect. So unfortunately, no. I know today it's been a little bit difficult in the office. If you are looking for a home, come see me. I will find you a home. Everybody's really good about playing nice. So we can do 2, 3 people in an office at times, but just tell us. And then it is all yours. Okay, thank you
Okay.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hope
Have a
I'll see
great
you all
day.
Friday.
Please RSVP to the total invitation.
Yes, please answer the, guys, let me, online, listen to me. Everybody, please listen for a second. If you don't say yes, we don't have the right count. I don't want to miss food because somebody didn't do it. I'm going to eat, and that person will not eat. I'm going to drink, and that person will not drink.
You, Yasmin, and Jagger miss
Consider
food?
no. If you don't answer, it is not considered as a no.
It's an unknown.
It's an unknown, and if it's unknown,
So
we
you can answer yes or
we don't
no.
want to miss out on
There's
food.
yes.
And if you want to bring somebody, it's fine. If you want to bring your wife, she's more than welcome.
There's no missing food at our LP though.
No, we try not to.
Thank
Okay,
you all.
bye. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.